Royal scandal looks back to 3 tiaras belonging to Queen Mary, which became iconic symbols of her granddaughter Queen Elizabeth II. A formidable character who became the matriarch of the royal family, Princess Victoria Mary of Teck was born at Kensington Palace on May 26, 1867 in the same room where Queen Victoria had been born 40 years prior. In 1891, aged 24, Mary was betrothed to her second cousin once removed, Prince Albert, eldest son of the then Prince of Wales, future King Edward VII. However, 6 weeks after the announcement of the engagement, Prince Albert died unexpectedly during an influenza pandemic. The following year, Mary became engaged to his only surviving brother, Prince George, future King George V, marrying him in 1893. When he became Prince of Wales in 1901, she became Princess of Wales. Hello and welcome to Royal Scandal. Please do well to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell so as not to miss out on any news updates. In 1910, following the death of his father, King Edward VII, King George V acceded to the throne and Mary became queen. In 1936, her husband died and was succeeded by her son, Edward VIII, until he abdicated in favor of his brother, George VI, in order to marry Wallis Simpson. When Queen Mary's granddaughters, Princess Elizabeth and Princess Margaret, were born, she took an active interest in their lives, taking them to London to visit art galleries and museums. She died on March 24, 1953 at the age of 85, 10 weeks before her granddaughter Queen Elizabeth I's coronation. Today we take a look at some of the most glittering diadems worn by Queen Mary, which later became favorites of the late Queen Elizabeth II. Number 1. The Queen Mary Fringed Tiara. Commissioned by Mary in 1919, the Queen Mary Fringed Tiara was originally a fringe necklace that was a wedding day gift from Queen Victoria, which she wore in her hair. However, Mary was fond of customizing her jewelry pieces to make them into something new and more to her taste. 26 years after her wedding day in 1893 she asked Gerard to make it into a Coco Chanel-style piece, consisting of 47 graduated brilliant and rose-set tapering bars, separated by 46 narrower spikes, which could still be removed to make a necklace. This was worn by Queen Elizabeth II on her wedding day, but on the morning of her wedding, the then Princess Elizabeth, heir to the throne, was unaware that her tiara was also a necklace and accidentally touched the clasp. Luckily, royal jeweler Gerard was on hand to fix it, with the Queen adding, "I think he taped up the spring." The Queen Mother reportedly remained calm as ever, saying, "We have 2 hours and there are other tiaras." The Queen Mary Fringed Tiara was also worn by Princess Beatrice on her wedding day in 2020, and by Princess Anne, who wore it on her wedding day in 1973. One of its last outings before Beatrice and Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi's wedding in July 2020 was the Queen's 2011 Diamond Jubilee portrait for New Zealand. Number 2. The Vladimir Tiara. Queen Mary purchased the Vladimir Tiara following the death of the rather glamorous Grand Duchess Vladimir, the wife of the Tsar's uncle, Grand Duke Vladimir Alexandrovich of Russia, who lived between 1854 and 1920 and was known for her impressive collection of jewels. The tiara was made for the Duchess by court jewelers Bolin. When it arrived, the Vladimir tiara had been damaged in transit, so Queen Mary elected to have it repaired by Gerard, also adding 15 of her own emeralds, plus a mechanism to make it possible to switch from emeralds to the original pearls easily. In 1988, Queen Elizabeth II had it repaired again, this time updating the frame. It was eventually passed from Mary to her granddaughter, who wore it frequently. Indeed, it was thought to be her favorite headpiece due to the number of occasions that she wore it, including during a 1963 trip to New Zealand. Number 3. The Girls of Great Britain and Ireland Tiara. This tiara, which was made by royal jeweler Gerard, was commissioned by the Girls of Great Britain as a gift to Princess Mary before her wedding to Prince Albert, the heir to the British throne, who died before the nuptials aged just 28. So successful was the committee's fundraising to purchase the tiara, that a £3,000 surplus was donated, at Mary's request, to the widows and children of 350 lost sailors after the HMS Victoria maritime disaster in 1893. Designed to be transformable, the festoon and scroll diamond tiara can be worn as either a necklace or coronet, and over the years Queen Mary requested that Gerard replace the original pearls with diamonds and separate the bandeau from the base so that she could wear it as a headband. In 1947, Queen Mary gave the tiara to Princess Elizabeth as a wedding present, and in 1969 the late Queen Elizabeth II asked for the bandeau and tiara to be reunited, as it remains today. It is seen every day on English coins and banknotes, and was worn in the late Queen Elizabeth's official accession photographs in 1952. She wore it more frequently for royal duties than any of her other jewels. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.